Hello and good evening, everybody. Here we are at Everett High School, home of the Everett Seagulls for volleyball. That's right, volleyball, as we get things rolling for the volleyball season on STSPN.com. My name is Mark Ockett, along with Todd Elvig, and here we are at the pit at Everett High School. And I got to be honest, I have not been in here since they redid it, and they did a phenomenal job. I mean, I look in here and I go, this is the same place, and I know it's been like about 2 or 3 years. We just haven't had a game scheduled here. And so, Todd, this is pretty cool to have set up here and be ready to call tonight's action between the Cascade Bruins and the Everett Seagulls, as these teams are just going through their starting lineups right now and getting set for action here on STSPN.com. Want to mention that our presenting sponsor is Ace Hardware of Lake Stevens and Everett. That's right, they now have an Everett location. Greg and Christine Eaglestad are all about serving their customers and their community. Well, they've expanded that. You know, for years we've talked about the Lake Stevens store there for Ace Hardware, and now they are in Everett, right here close by on Evergreen Way. And so we're really happy about that, as they've got great free store pickup, buy online and pick up today at either the Lake Stevens store or the Evergreen Way store, as the Eaglestad dynasty continues to roll. So they are our presenting sponsor for the action tonight. You've got the Everett Seagulls hosting the Cascade Bruins. Marcia Hoichberg is the head coach of the Cascade Bruins, and Natalie Kaltbrunner is the head coach of the Everett Seagulls, as the Seagulls going through their full introductions right here. And they're introducing both the non-starters and the starters, so that kind of delays us a little bit on getting this one going tonight here on STSPN.com. So why don't we go ahead and take a quick break. We'll be back with more right after this timeout.
Hardware at Everett and Lake Stevens will help you find what you're looking for and offer friendly advice too. Owners Greg and Christine are all about serving their customers and their community. They support local high school sports and many other community organizations and events. So the next time you need help with your to-do list or project around the house, bring it to Ace. They'll greet you at the door and help you find whatever you need fast. Show your support for locally owned businesses. Shop Ace Hardware just off Highway 9 in Lake Stevens and Evergreen Way in Everett. Ace is the place for the helpful hardware folks.
Yeah. Just remember this, but I did.
Fred's Rivertown Ale House was established in July of 1994 and is located at 1114 First Street in historic downtown Snohomish. Each time you visit the ale house, you may expect to find new beers and new food choices. Fred's Rivertown Ale House is well known throughout the beer community. Oftentimes, we are the first choice for breweries to introduce new beers, limited or specialty beers, and beers you just won't find anyplace else. At Fred's, we like to say that once we get you through the front door, our friendly service, relaxed family atmosphere, and our quality food and beverages will keep you coming back.
Welcome back, everybody. Let's get set to go here. We've got the Everett Seagulls out there as they take the floor and ready to get things rolling here tonight against the Cascade Bruins. Crosstown matchup, just like we had for soccer last night. Last night we were able to have a really great opening match over at Snohomish High School at Veterans Memorial Stadium, featuring the Glacier Peak Grizzlies and the Snohomish Panthers, and it turned out to be a 2-1 victory for the Snohomish Panthers over the Glacier Peak Grizzlies. So very happy about that to get things rolling as far as Todd and I working together for this season, and now tonight is volleyball. And I love this sport. This is so much fun to watch. I am the public address announcer for the Washington Huskies and also Seattle Pacific University, and it's really fun to be around the preps. I also do some work with Ballard High School, and it's fun to see the various levels of the game and how fast it moves and how exciting it is and how much effort these young ladies put into volleyball. And they've got a great crowd here tonight. Todd will pan around as we get rolling. I mean, you've got these two excellent schools coming up against each other, the Cascade Bruins and the Everett Seagulls. So they're just a few miles apart. And I mean, opening night, this looks like a playoff game here as to how well packed the gymnasium is and how enthusiastic everybody is. Lots of enthusiasms going here tonight at Everett High School. Just loving this view from up here as we are in the crow's nest right behind the Everett Seagulls as they're getting ready to go. Remember, volleyball, you're going to 25, 3 times for sure, a 4th game if necessary, and then if there's a 5th game forced, if it's tied at 2 sets apiece, then you go to a 5th set, and that is to 15. Teams switch side at 8 if we get that far. So here we go. We're underway. Oh, this is exciting. From Everett High School, look at these teams with the rally, and Cascade will get the point to start things off. They lead 1-0, and the Bruins will serve. Back to serve for Cascade is Aubrey Rogers. She is a 5'8" setter, a senior. It's fun to just paint the blank canvas, the brand new season, and just to see how these players do getting started. Good dig from the back row there from the libero, and there's one right down the middle, but it goes a bit long. That's out of bounds, and that's going to be another point for the Cascade Bruins, and obviously it's a new season for the scoreboard operator because they haven't got any points up as of yet. And here we go. But Todd is all set, so I may be just looking at yours. There we go. They finally got that figured out there. The official comes over and says, you know, when they get a point, you might want to put it up on the scoreboard. It's not a bad idea. That's why we bought those. Here we go. Serve. That's going to fly out of bounds off the net. Cascade's off to a 3-0 lead here in set 1. Now in volleyball, obviously, like any sport, it's important to set the tone and pace. But also as they go along, even though Cascade's got the early 3-0 lead, the other team, Everett, is checking them out, getting a feel for things, and you also start trying to find ways to wear your opponents down, and that opens up on each side of the net. There's a play right there with a soft tap on the left hand. That is Natalie Stipkovich. She's a middle and a junior. Everett will serve 3-1. Cascade here in the early going. First set on STSPN.com, your home for high school court. And this is Joe Richard Court right here, bringing you the action live. I always love to watch the setter. That's going far. Out of bounds, Everett within 1 point of tying up this match here on a beautiful, beautiful Wednesday night, September 5th. Serving for the Seagulls is Sierra Carrero. Nice set. That one's a little long. Everett fanning on it, but it paid off as we're now tied at 3. 3-3 is our score. Again, first one to 25. You do have to win by 2. I like those digs that Cascade's doing over there. Good recovery. Well, that one paced out well. Nice set. I don't think that's what she had in mind, but it kind of went off the backside of her fingertips, and Everett has taken the lead now. Lead switching hands for the first time here in tonight's match. Serve again. Good strong serve, though, and it's fun to check and see how these players change their serve and direction. Cascade is going to tie it up right there. 4-4. Back to serve for the Bruins is sophomore outside hitter, 5'6" Avery Riggs, as she lines up by the tees in Everett, and that one goes long, a service error. Everett back up on top, 5-4. Substitution coming in for the Everett Seagulls will be Camille Maggio. She's just a freshman. Only freshman on either one of these teams. So far, the team's looking pretty evenly matched up there. Cascade got out to that 3-0 lead. Nice set. Good block back there. Tool off the block, and that goes out. Last touch by Cascade, and Everett has a 2-point lead here in set number 1. Serving, Natalie Stipkovich. Stipkovich with the braids. She's ready. Heavy bounce on the ball. And now says, I'm going to put this one in the air. Good line drive serve right there as Cascade handles it well. Batted around, Salva Dib. And that's going to go very close to the line. Going to go out of bounds rather, because Everett touched it last. It'll be Cascade getting the point, and they will drop back to serve. Serving for the Bruins is Jaden Crane. Middle blocker, she is a senior at 5'8". Lots of bounces, and here we go. Up in the air. Good set. And Cascade strong right up front there. But it goes off that Cascade player. It's going to be an Everett point. Coming up with the serve now is Kelsey Everett. She is a senior, 5'9", middle and opposite. Strong serve. Handled very well on the back line. Now Everett in full attack mode. Cascade, strong on the defense right there. Seagulls, good rally on both sides. That's going to hit the floor. Strong return by the Seagulls, and they're up 8-5. So they match Cascade's biggest lead in the set so far. We're in set number 1 here at Everett High School, and a great crowd. So wonderful to have you tuned into STSPN.com. Mark Ockett, Todd Elvig. And we welcome you around the world viewing excellent high school sports here in Everett, Washington. And actually, for Todd and I working together here in Everett, this is our first for us over here. That one is going to be a last touch by the Cascade player and a 4-point lead for Everett. So after falling behind 3-0, Everett is on a 9-2 run. Timeout called on the floor by the Cascade Bruins. We'll take timeout as well. You've got it on your home for high school sports, STSPN.com.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
We're live, 9-5. Everett is on a 9-2 run against the Cascade Bruins. Been seeing a lot of points scored by the Seagulls as they set up with the formation right there. And here it comes. Set for the kill. Good return right up front. We have a carry called against Cascade. That takes it to 10-5. Official picking right up on that, right near the net. Kelsey Barrett ready to serve once again. Just over the top of the net. Really good serve. And it was curling too, so it was a little tough for Cascade to get on, but they recovered nicely. How about that strong kill off the left pin? Susanna Diaz, a 5'7" outside hitter, a senior, and she nails that one across the net and across the court. And we have an 11-5 lead now for the Everett Seagulls. Bruins trying to one hand. Nice recovery and finish there by McKenna Holler. Holler with the good finish as it goes off the Everett player, Susanna Diaz, and it's 11-6. So Everett had it up to a 6-point lead Now we'll see what Cascade can do. Cascade needs to make some adjustments, as Sierra, or actually serving, will be Camila Antuna. Antuna into the net, service error. And take Everett up to a 6-point lead once again. Seagulls will serve. Diaz back. They're almost halfway to winning this set as they have the 12-6 lead. And again, good run for them as they're on a 12-3 run. That one goes long. That's going to give Cascade a point. Cascade at this point just trying to hang in there and find that bit of groove that got them going early on. Of course, Everett was just getting rolling, and once they got their footing, they really got connecting on those points. Back deep, double digs, and coming out, it was 3 digs to get it back over the net. Just fun to watch how it all sets up as Cascade has a little bit of miscommunication there, and Everett will pick up the point, back to a 6-point lead at 13-7. Serving for the Everett Seagulls is their libero, Megan Lowe. Megan does well in the classroom. She has a plus 3.8 grade point average. That means it's 3.8 or above. And they've got a lot of good scores for the Everett Seagulls in the classroom academically. Oh, nice finish right there by Marina Kane-Hrysenko. 14-7 is the lead. Everett with their biggest lead of the match. And here we go. Bruins with the attempt at the kill, and that good job off the left side that time. Avery Riggs, a 5'6" outside hitter, just a sophomore, finishes it off as Cascade will get a chance to serve right now. Crowd quiets as the serve is in the air. Blocked out of bounds. Good offensive attack that time by Kane-Hrysenko, and out it goes. Everett will pick up the point. Serving coming up is Brooklyn Johnson. Johnson into the match. A setter, a senior at 5'8". Everett back up to an 8-point lead. Solid dig. What kind of finish do they have? Oh, we have a whistle. Net violation has been called against Cascade, so it's up to 16-8. And serving again is Johnson. Everett running with this after falling down 3-0. Tapped around, and another violation called against the Cascade Bruins as Everett strong at this point, up by 9 points at 17-8. Getting things going. Opening night here as the volleyball teams in the first set, and that one looks like it's going to go long, so it's going to be a point for the Cascade Bruins. So far, I think the serving's been pretty solid. And we've had a couple go into the net or long, but not what you would expect perhaps on opening night. They've actually been pretty accurate with their serving. Aubrey Rogers will serve now for the Cascade Bruins. Marcia Poischbag is the head coach for Cascade. Emily Ditto, the JV coach. And Cascade gets it done right up front. Strong block. Jaden Crane doing the job. And from this angle, she looks taller than 5'8". She looks like more like 5'10". 17-10 is the score. Cascade just needs to take and chip away at it. They got a long ways to go in this set. That's going to go long. Cascade will pick up the point. They close it to 6. Keep in mind they were down 17-8, down by 9, so they've taken a third of that off of there. This is more of what they need to do, as Everett's made a couple of mistakes here. It started with that long serve. That's a good, strong kill off the back line by Susanna Diaz. She got a solid piece of that one. In for the Everett Seagulls now, Sierra Carrero. Carrero was in earlier as the Seagulls will serve, and Carrero is going to serve. Carrero stands at 5'5", a defensive specialist. Into the net. That'll give Cascade a point, keeps them alive in this set. Now serving for the Cascade Bruins is Avery Riggs. Cascade up front with the 3. It's always fun to see a good long rally instead of it ending just after a couple of times over the net. Down it goes, trouble, and again coming through is Susanna Diaz. Excellent job, as Diaz has really been a strong factor for the Everett Seagulls, and we had that feeling coming in she was going to be having a very good season, and so Diaz, 3 big kills, and it's 19-12. Everett up by 7. Set 1 here on STSPN.com. Best 3 out of 5. That one's going to go out of bounds. Works out well off the serve on the ace that time. Coming through is Natalie Stipkovich. Eight-point lead. And making sure everybody's set before Stipkovich goes with the next serve. Cascade putting it in the back line. Look again, there's that set for Diaz. All right, we got a bit of a rally going this time around. As the players switch around, that's the thing, volleyball. That's, you got to know where everybody is on the court with the rotations. And the Seagulls get it done. And we have a 21-12 up there on the scoreboard. A favorite Rush album title of Todd and mine. We're big Rush rock and roll fans, and they are the great power trio from Canada. But right now there's a timeout on the floor. 21-12 is the score. Cascade taking their second and final timeout of the first set. We'll be back with more here on STSPN.com.
McDaniel's Do-It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
And we welcome you back, and a thank you to McDaniel's Do-It Center in Snohomish for their great sponsorship year in, year out, and right from the beginning of our live streaming back in 2010, all the way back in 2010, which actually seems like a while ago now, as this is the 9th year of STSPN.com streaming live throughout the world, and it just keeps growing bigger and better every year. Here tonight, getting things started for volleyball. The Everett Seagulls hosting the Cascade Bruins, and Everett is up 21-12. Cascade near the net, and there again is Diaz, just with a quick, soft touch, gets it done. Now Everett has their biggest lead of the set at 22-12, a 10-point lead for the Seagulls. Natalie Stipkovich up there serving. And an ace for Stipkovich. That's her second one on this series, as Everett has an 11-point lead here in set number 1, just a couple of points away from clinching a victory here in the set. So if you haven't been to Everett High School and the pit here, the gymnasium, for a while, you definitely see a big change, that's for sure. I'm really glad they did it. They did a great job with it. And I like the old facility too. I mean, it was all right here, but it went a different direction. They switched the direction of the court, and then there's room to walk around, or I suppose run around the top here like Everett Community College and the Walt Price Athletic Center and Fitness Center. So they got a lot of multiple uses for this gym. Look at this run right here. How about this? Can they keep it going? No! Finishing it off once again is Susanna Diaz. Diaz is dealing. Getting it done for the Seagulls. 24-12. Chance to win the set right here. Serving, Stipkovich. She already has a couple of aces. Here we go. Good serve. That's going to be tough, huh? They stay with it. Cascade again. Look at that great dig. Now here comes Diaz laying it down. Yep, got it that time. And Everett's going to win set number 1, 25-12. She just really knows where to place the ball. And we have one set in the books. The Everett Seagulls win set number 1, 25-12 here on STSPN.com. Teams will switch sides. We'll have set number 2 coming up. Stay tuned.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Every year, thousands of groups depend on Adrenaline Fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Adrenaline Fundraising is about developing leaders through commitment, work ethic, and follow-through. Adrenaline has several products including gold cards, coupon books, cookie dough, donation programs, and many other options to help teams raise the funds needed for their programs. Adrenaline's new app called UpPay will help teams raise money while providing their supporters the ability to earn cash back on everyday purchases at places like Starbucks, Nike, Red Robin, and over 200 plus national retailers. Adrenaline Fundraising is this season's sponsor of the STSPN's Play of the Game Award.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
We are back, and Everett won the first set here tonight at Everett High School, the home of the Seagulls, by a score of 25-12. So they posted their biggest lead at the very end, 13 points. We'll see if they win or how they do in this one. And Cascade's got to reload and come firing back. And Cascade is a team that actually has some veteran experience out there with a total of 4 seniors. But Everett also with a lot of balance as far as seniors and other underclassmen and a strong team. They now take a 1-0 lead in set number 2. Again, best 3 out of 5. First 4 sets go to 25, win by 2. 5th set, you have to get to 15, win by 2. Of course, if you win all 3 of them, you're not going to be playing a 4th or 5th set. So we'll see how this goes. And the fun part, too, is, especially from our angle, is we can see these teams we're in the end zone, see these teams in a different formation and angle from here where the broadcast is set up, as Cascade gets another point, or Everett gets another point, and it is 2-0 already. Well, you look at when Cascade got out to a 3-0 start, Everett has really been on a run as they've outscored them 27-9. Seagulls just doing a very good job of being around the ball. They know where each other is really well, just like there. Tapping it over with a soft touch. Kelsey Moret. Moret getting it done, and a 3-0 lead for the Seagulls. Mark Ockett, Todd Elvig bringing you the action on STSPN.com. That's into the net, and it goes as a service error against the Everett Seagulls. So Cascade will have the serve coming up, and serving for Cascade is Aubrey Rogers, 5'8" senior setter. They had a little confusion there for a second, but it looked like Rogers was their go-to person to get started. Now they're finally going to switch it back. Avery Riggs is going to serve, and that's the kind of stuff that can happen on opening night where players are trying to find out their assignment. And it is 4-1. 4-1 is the score. I'm not sure if that's showing up on your screen. They don't even have it. There it is. They finally got it figured out on the scoreboard here. It appears I'm the only one that's keeping correct score at this point in time. Here we go. We have a replay. The official, I think, is going to talk to the official score here because, or the referee over there, because they're not staying on top of that. There was an instance earlier where they weren't putting the score up on the board, and they need to, if you're going to run the scoreboard, even if you volunteer, or you're getting paid or whatever, when you accept these jobs, you got to get it right, especially when everybody's watching. So just in case you're looking at doing that down the road, just make sure to get it right, because nobody's going to know whether you're volunteered, getting paid, or part of the school administration. The main thing is to get it right. So probably best not to be texting when you're keeping score. So here we go. 4-1 is the score as they finally get set. Serve for Everett, up by the 3 points, 4-1. There once again, there is a great job by Susanna Diaz. She had an excellent first set and is picked right up from there. Everett winning the first set if you're just tuning in by a score of 25-12. Serving for the Seagulls is Sierra Carrero. Cascade trying to line something up here. Excellent defense on the backside there. And there's Diaz again. She's got the quick hand, rifles it over with the right hand, and it's a 6-1 lead for the Seagulls. Up by 5. Everett continues to roll and look good in the process. Next one on the way, and that one going to be close, but just out of bounds, and that makes it 6-2 as Cascade will get a chance to serve right here. Well, so far, Everett getting the job done in just about every way. Jaden Crane will serve for the Cascade Bruins. Dig from the libero. Now there's Diaz again, and she does it. Just a little too tough for Avery Riggs to handle, and that makes it a 7-2 score. We also have football coming up on STSPN in just a couple of nights, and that will be Glacier Peak and Snohomish over at Veterans Memorial Stadium in Snohomish. We were there last night for soccer. We will be there coming up on Friday night. Won't be me doing the broadcast, but STSPN will be there. That one goes too long, a service error, and it's now 8-2. 8-2 is the score as the Everett Seagulls have the 6-point lead. Cascade players crashing into each other. Just you can see Everett really communicates well with each other. Cascade almost surprised that time the ball was in their direction. There's Diaz. She is good. Excellent dig. Does such a great job on the front line with the kills. That one's going to go long. She should have left it alone, but instead Everett will pick up the point. They've got it up to 2 just for this 9-2 lead for Everett over Cascade. We got a timeout on the floor. We'll take a timeout as well as we're in the second set, and it's a 9-2 Everett lead here on STSPN.com.
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Everett and Lake Stevens, we'll help you find what you're looking for and offer friendly advice too. Owners Greg and Christine are all about serving their customers and their community. They support local high school sports and many other community organizations and events. So the next time you need help with your to-do list or project around the house, bring it to Ace. They'll greet you at the door and help you find whatever you need fast. Show your support for locally owned businesses. Shop Ace Hardware just off Highway 9 in Lake Stevens and Evergreen Way in Everett. Ace is the place for the helpful hardware folks.
We're back here at Everett High School. The Seagulls have a 9-2 lead in set number 2 against the Cascade Bruins. The Seagulls won set number 1, 25-12 here on opening night. The Seagulls will play again here tomorrow night. No rest for them as they get going again tomorrow night. Day of class and back in the gym right here at the Norm Lowry Gymnasium. Diaz, Jesus, everywhere. That's going to come down in Cascade's favor as they're going to get their third point. Now keep in mind, in the first set, Cascade jumped out to a 3-0 lead, and then Everett just took off. Outscoring them the rest of the way, 25-9. And they've kept going since that time, outscoring them 9-3 more in here this set. Seagulls very disciplined, good team players as Diaz tries again. There she goes with the dig. Set on the front line. Soft tap. Great job. Getting it done. Kelsey Moret. 10-3. Everett up by 7 again. And they are just walking with this one so far. We had a timeout at 9-2 as Cascade used both their timeouts in the first set. That looks inbounds and a point for Cascade. Let's see if that's how the call is. Took him a little bit to get the arm out there up in the R1 position. Now, if you hear that in volleyball, that'll be referred as R1 is referee 1, and now they're going to talk it over a little bit. The R1, referee 1, is in the tower, which is to our right. And you see they're going to talk things over now. And then also you've got the R2, which is on the floor, and then the 3 and 4s with the flags out there. So 11-3 is what they have on the board. So we'll see. They're going to talk this over, and possibly they'll go with out of bounds, they'll say. So it's going to be Everett point, 11-3. Originally they were looking at Cascade, but they're going to, after conferring, go with Everett. Murette set to serve. That's tough. That's an ace. Gets it done. Everett now by 9 points. It's their biggest lead of the set. Their biggest lead of the match so far, 13 points when they closed out set number 1 at 25-12. Good serve. Let's see if Cascade can get something going here. And they do. They get it done up front. Up front, is there, number 14, which they don't have on the roster. 12-4 the score. This Cascade will get set to serve, and they're going to make a substitution. Miranda Pan will serve. Seagulls setting it up for Diaz. She lays it out there. And that's going to not turn out well for Cascade. She should have used two hands right there over on the side. When you're that far away from the net and at that angle, don't try to use one hand. Your percentage of striking it correctly is going to diminish tremendously. Susanna Diaz will serve now. Everett up by 9 again at 13-4. Diaz with a good, strong serve, and that's an ace, no doubt about that. You got to be ready to handle that. What was nice about that serve is that she had it strong over the net, and it also had curve on it, which is what you're looking for, because when that thing's corkscrewing away from you, the opposition really has to dig in to try to make the play. Diaz again, handled well this time, back there by Pan. And a good job up front by the Bruins. Aubrey Rogers taps it over on the right side. It glances off the Everett player. And then Cascade will have the serve. Everett up 14-5 and serving for the Bruins. They get set now. Nine-point lead for Everett. Set number 2 and a big packed house here tonight at Everett High School. Diaz handled well on the back line. And that one's going to sail out of bounds. It'll be a point for the Seagulls. So they're back to their biggest lead of the set at 15-5. So after Everett hosts Shorecrest tomorrow, 7 o'clock, they have a few days off. Then they'll play at Mount Lake Terrace 7 p.m. on Tuesday, September 11th. They have a whole week off before they host Archbishop Murphy in a conference matchup. You might go, wait a minute, Archbishop Murphy in a conference matchup. Good kill. Good left side kill over there for Cascade. And they're staying alive, but Everett still has that big cushion. Bruins will get set to go here. Aubrey Rogers. Cascade has had some confusion as to who's going to be serving, and Everett, however, seems to step right in line, as Everett definitely playing in sync throughout this match so far. That's trouble. She had the two hands on that one. She carried the ball. So Everett will get the point. 16-6. Jaden Crane will go back to serve now. Archbishop Murphy moving up to 3A for Wesco, and I'll go over all the teams in Wesco as they were buried in the Cascade 2A conference for well over a decade. I think it goes back to 2005 after they were in the Northwest League in 1A. That's an ace. That will be an ace for Brooklyn Johnson. Everett up by 11 now at 17-6. Biggest lead of the set for them as Johnson gets set to serve again. Good job by both teams keeping it alive, and Cascade's going to win the battle. So, yeah, originally Archbishop Murphy was in Northwest 1A when they started getting going there in 2000, and then went up to the Cascade Conference in 2005. Of course, the controversy with the forfeitures of games a couple of years ago. And now they are up in 3A Wesco, and Wesco told to deal with it, which I think is a good call on the WIAA's part. Serve into the net, and that is going to be a point for the Everett Seagulls. Coming through for Everett now, Jessica Conan. She's a 5'2 junior defensive specialist. Conan gets set to serve. Also Cedar Crest coming up from 2A Cascade Conference. And really, it got to the point where those two schools were definitely ready to move up. And now I think it's pretty competitive there. It always has been competitive in Wesco 3A and 4A, but this adds a little extra twist with Cedar Crest and Archbishop Murphy in there. 19-7 as Everett has a 12-point lead. This is their biggest lead of the set. Serving is Jessica Conan again, and that one almost comes up to Todd and I. Point for Everett. They're up now by 13, 20-7. Naturally, due to the stronger athleticism, had that one come right up here, I would have had to dive over and protect Todd's gear. And I would have sacrificed my body, because as the rule goes, and Tom Lafferty will tell you this, save the gear first. Always save the gear. You can be replaced, but the gear cannot. Here we go. Cascade rolling right now. And not that time, a little bit long. Everett gets the point. 21-7 is the score. Well, these teams just playing the one time because this is a non-conference game. That's another point for the Everett Seagulls. 22-7 is the score as Cascade down by 15. Biggest lead of the set and of the match for the Everett Seagulls. And we'll be back with more as Cascade takes the timeout. Everett leading 1-0 and 22-7 in set number 2. Stay tuned.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Welcome back here. And we are at Everett High School. Everett leading 22-7 in set number 2. Mark Ockett with Todd Elvig. You know, one thing we were talking about off mic, because Todd isn't wired up tonight, is that what we really like to see, we were talking about Archbishop Murphy, is a private school league. That's what ultimately we'd like to see. For now, you got to deal with it with them in 3A, but it would be great to see a private school league. I'm all for that, been for that for years. And we'll see if that ever happens. I think O'Day has to loosen up a little bit. That'll be a service great ace once again for Everett. Conan gets the ace her first. They're just stacking them up. 23-7 is the score. That's going to fall in there. Sometimes that'll happen. Each person saying, I got it, no, you got it. I got it, no, you got it. So here we go. Cascade is going to make a substitution. 23-8 is our score. Everett 2 points away from winning set number 2. Yeah, we'd love to see that with Archbishop Murphy, Blanchette, Bellarmine, Eastside Catholic, O'Day, Seattle Prep, Kennedy, that whole thing. Let's do that. Let's make that happen. Petition for it. That's what we'd rather see than Archbishop Murphy in Wesco 3A. It'd be nice if that private school league did occur. But we're going to get back to volleyball right now as Cascade has the point. They'll serve again as the ball almost has all the air dribbled out of it. Diaz. Good block up front by Everett. There's Diaz again, getting it done. It's just fun to see how that was going to set up, and they got it done with Diaz over on the left side, and now they will serve for set number 2. Once this one wraps up, we'll take another 3-minute break or so, and we'll bring you the next set. We'll take some kind of an amazing comeback for Cascade to take the lead in this one. So serving for Everett is Natalie Stipkovich. Diaz again lays it in there, and that's a win for the Seagulls. They win it 25-9, win by 16 points, and they lead 2-0. Everett holding total court in this one as the teams will switch sides. We'll have a 3-minute break and then some, and then we'll be back with third set action with Everett leading 2-0 here on STSPN.com.
When you shop at Ace Hardware in Everett and Lake Stevens, we'll help you find what you're looking for and offer friendly advice too. Owners Greg and Christine are all about serving their customers and their community. They support local high school sports and many other community organizations and events. So the next time you need help with your to-do list or project around the house, bring it to Ace. They'll greet you at the door and help you find whatever you need fast. Show your support for locally owned businesses. Shop Ace Hardware just off Highway 9 in Lake Stevens and Evergreen Way in Everett. Ace is the place for the helpful hardware folks.
We are all frustrated with the high cost of heating and cooling our homes. At GNS, we are completely changing the way you keep your home comfortable. Because we are Snohomish County's premier Lennox dealer, we can design a perfect system for you, one that will save you a lot of money on your utility bill. The Lennox Home Comfort System creates the ideal home environment. Enjoy innovation in every season with precise, quietly efficient Lennox heat pumps that keep your life simply perfect. Call GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electric today or visit us at gsheating.com.
Every year, thousands of groups depend on Adrenaline fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Adrenaline fundraising is about developing leaders through commitment, work ethic, and follow through. Adrenaline has several products including gold cards, coupon books, cookie dough, donation programs, and many other options to help teams raise the funds needed for their programs. Adrenaline's new app called UpPay will help teams raise money while providing their supporters the ability to earn cash back on everyday purchases at places like Starbucks, Nike, Red Robin, and over 200 plus national retailers. Adrenaline Fundraising is this season's sponsor of the STSPN's Play of the Game Award.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized do-it-best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Fred's Rivertown Ale House was established in July of 1994 and is located at 1114 First Street in historic downtown Snohomish. Each time you visit the ale house, you may expect to find new beers and new food choices. Fred's Rivertown Ale House is well known throughout the beer community. Oftentimes, we are the first choice for breweries to introduce new beers, limited or specialty beers, and beers you just won't find anyplace else. At Fred's, we like to say that once we get you through the front door, our friendly service, relaxed family atmosphere, and our quality food and beverages will keep you coming back.
All right, we are ready for set number 3, and Everett off to a great start tonight. They won the first set 25-12. They won the second set 25-9. I'm Mark Ockett with Todd Elvig. We're here at Everett High School, home of the Seagulls, and Cascade will serve to start set number 3. And it's been a rough couple of sets for them. Again, just backing up, they got off to a 3-0 lead against Everett in the first set, and you're going, well, okay, they're finding their footing. And then Everett definitely got the stronghold after that, winning 25-12 in that first set, and they've just kept going. There's a service error. Not a good way to get things started as the Seagulls will take the 1-0 lead. Again, our presenting sponsor, Ace Hardware of Lake Stevens, and right here in Everett on Evergreen Way. So show your support for locally owned businesses. Shop Ace Hardware just off Highway 9 in Lake Stevens. Easy to find. and also easy to find here in Everett on Evergreen Way. Ace is the place with the helpful hardware folks. That goes out of bounds. Everett with another point, taking the early 2-0 lead. Also, let's recognize other sponsors involved with STSPN.com. Speedway Chevrolet in Monroe. A new sponsor this year, Skyline Properties in Bothell. We're going to get to know them more as we go through the season. Thank you to them for joining the broadcast this year. In a game that has gone pretty quick, you do like to see some longer rallies, and that one goes into the net, but at least they got it back and forth a little bit. Also, McDaniel's Do-It Center in Snohomish, Adrenaline Fundraising, GNS Heating, Cooling, and Electrical, our longtime sponsor from the beginning, Fred's Rivertown Ale House, and American Family Insurance with Sally Petty Agency in Monroe. Great list of sponsors, but we can always take more. We can always add more, and I'll tell you what, you get full bang for your buck with this right here. All you have to do is hear about the amount of viewers we have. Todd was telling me last night, the first part of the year had 500,000 hits on Twitter. 500,000, okay? Everybody wants to put a few dollars into the operation to allow us to even do more games. Have them contact STSPN.com. All right, we'll move forward. It's 4-1 as Everett gets the point. They're right down below in front of us. Serving for the Seagulls is going to be Natalie Stipkovich. And finally, she's ready to go. And the referees, everybody just getting in sync here tonight on the first night of the season. That one works out well for the Everett Seagulls as they pick up the point. Now we're up to 5-1. Again, this is definitely a very solid, experienced Everett team that is getting the job done tonight. Stipkovich ready to serve. No problem there. That found the hole. That is her fourth ace of the match. Right over on the right side as Cascade seemed perplexed as to what to do to how to handle that. 6-1 score, Everett up by 5. Just over the top of the net. Cascade keeping it going there. They're going to try to find ways to set for Diaz. A little reverse set that time. Okay, a little back and forth action. That one's going to go pretty long, and it's going to be an Everett point. They're up 7-1. Okay, so let's take a look at what Wesco 3A looks like nowadays. Alphabetically, Archbishop Murphy, Arlington, Cedar Crest, Edmonds Woodway, Everett, Linwood, Marysville Getchell, Marysville Pilchuck, Meadowdale, and Everett gets another ace. And Mount Lake Terrace, Oak Harbor, Shorecrest, and Shorewood. 13 teams in Wesco 3A. For volleyball, one big division right there. 8-1. Everett just continues to roll and pull away in this one. 7-point lead. They won the last set 25-9. 16 points to finish it out. Their biggest lead in the match so far. There's Diaz. Other players have been doing a good job as Diaz had a strong first set and then most of the way through the second set, but she hasn't had to deal with the ball that much. It's been getting done before it's got to her hands. Carey called against the Cascade Bruins. Now 9-1. So that breaks it down for Wesco 3A. And we'll take a look at Wesco 4A where Cascade is and how that is lined up is the teams in there and who they've got coming up. Seagulls getting it done over on the right side. Everett takes it to 10-1. This one is moving right along as Cascade will take a timeout. We'll take a timeout as well. Our score, Everett 10, Cascade 1. Everett already leading 2-0.
McDaniel's Do It Center is located in beautiful Snohomish, Washington. Locally owned and operated for over 40 years, they are proud to provide the Snohomish Valley with exceptional hardware, tools, lawn and garden, and sporting goods products. Their commitment to delivering legendary customer service and their outstanding employees continue to make McDaniel's the best and one of the most recognized Do It Best centers in the nation. Stop by and experience for yourself the difference between McDaniel's and the big box stores. Discover why so many people are choosing to shop at McDaniel's.
Welcome back. 10-1 the score. Everett is up by 9 points, running away with set number 3 like they did with sets number 1 and 2. Cascade getting things started tonight. Their next action will be coming up on Thursday, September 13th, so they've got 8 days off before they play again. That's deflected off an Everett player. Good kill up front by the Cascade Bruins. Miranda Pan getting it done, making it 10-2 as Cascade will get a chance to serve. So the next game for Cascade will also be on STSPN.com. That will be at Lake Stevens on Thursday, September 13th. Then they've got a tournament they're going to be playing in on Saturday, September 15th. Those are always good experience. That's into the net. Everett gets the point. 11-2 the score. Now, looking ahead, the Cascade Bruins then get a chance to finally play at home on Tuesday, September 18th, when they host Mount Vernon at 7 o'clock. Everett connects again. So Everett is up by 10 points, just holding big-time court here at home. And the next serve coming up. This could be over very quickly in set number 3. Now, from this vantage point, you can also see through the glass the auxiliary court, which actually used to be at a higher level, but they dug it out and put it down over there. That's a point for Cascade off the service error. So, yeah, Cascade has games on September 18th and 20th at home, the 18th against Mount Vernon, the 20th against Glacier Peak, and then that road game as they travel to Jackson and that STSPN.com game on Tuesday, September 25th. So the next game on the 13th will be a conference game. There's Everett getting the point, up by 10 again at 13-3. And serving will be Susanna Diaz. Diaz, and like what I've seen out there so far, looks like all right-handers. I'm trying to remember if I've seen anybody hit from the left side. We'll see if she gets on a roll. She's got a good serve. That is, gosh, she really does. You watch it from this angle, too. That's going to go out of bounds as Diaz gets it done. She has that, seems like a really strong natural curve, or she puts a little spin in it, which makes it tough. I mean, she's got plenty on it, and then it curls over toward the opposition's really got to set themselves correctly. Now that was a little more straight on. That was her fastball, no curveball on that one. Everett ready. And Cascade is going to pick up the point. So Everett got it up to a 13 or an 11-point lead at 14-3. Didn't work so well on that last one. Cascade serving. Avery Riggs back deep to do the duties. Again, with volleyball moving so fast, you really have to make a lot of quick mental adjustments. That is a service error. And I think that's a lot of the fun of this game, is that it is so quick, and it is played in a relatively small area. When you think about where you have to stay, not stepping over the line, not going over and touching the top of the net. I mean, there's a lot of elements involved in making this a very quick thinking mental sport, which is really a lot of the fun. Volleyball and basketball have a very similar pace. As an announcer, they're very similar, and they were both founded in Massachusetts 8 years apart, back in the 1800s, late 1800s. Pretty much about the time that Todd and his parents were moving out west towards Minnesota. 15-4 of the score. I don't know if we have a TV timeout down there. No, they don't, because we're TV and we're not taking a timeout. There seems to be some confusion. I think it might have to do with the substitutions out there. The referee is checking everything out to make sure the players have been rotated in correctly. Todd, that's a good point. He's making sure there's not too many people at the scorer's table. They almost have scorer's table overload, STO. So you can have scorer's table overload and PBO, which is what we talk about at Everett Memorial Stadium, which is press box overload. And it's not something you even have to see. You just feel it. You go, whoa, just feels like there's way too many people in this press box. Or right now, down there at the table, they need to kind of pick it up here. We could have taken a break and sold some advertising.
We just don't know when they're coming back.
Yeah, that's the thing. We don't know when they're coming back. Well, let's hear about Adrenaline fundraising. Every year, thousands of groups depend on Adrenaline fundraising to help reach their financial goals. Adrenaline has several products, including gold cards, coupon books, and cookie dough. All that sounds good to me, so make sure, keep them in mind, Adrenaline fundraising. Everett winning the first two sets, 25-12 and 25-9. They lead in this one 15-4. And hopefully they're not going to have to call back to the national office for volleyball and figure out how to finish the rest of this set and match, because I think this is taking way too long by the official to try to figure out who's out there on the court. Let's take a break. Let's just take a break. Of course, naturally, they'll come right back, but we'll take a break. Be back with more.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
This stuff. We are back here, and Todd, you brought up a good point during the break, is that there are a couple players for Cascade that are not on this roster that I have, number 14 and number 20. We got all settled in and up here and thought we had everything set, and then they've got these two players that they may have switched last-minute jerseys, and I think that's what's confused the official. And he's having a good visit there with the head coach of the Cascade Bruins, Marcia Poischbag. Now we're ready to go. Tell you, I'm looking at a thing of beauty right here, and that's my new STSPN.com credential, my media ID. And like the last one, you've just done a spectacular job. And with the color coding, it also incorporates the new color scheme over at our sister station, KRKO, 1380 AM and 95.3 FM. KRKO.com, Everett's greatest hits. We'll give them a plug. And we know that it'll work both ways, that they'll be plugging STSPN.com as well. That's the fun of this, too, is that we fully have a network with the webcast, and then also when we sync up for simulcasts on radio. It's a lot of fun, and it's fun for us to bring it to you, and it's fun for us to find ways to get as many games on as we can. I think they're finally ready as the glacier is spilled into the bay, and we're ready to go. Things were moving at a glacial pace right there. 15-5 the score as Cascade picks up the point. Everett needs 10 more points to close this one out. And serving for the Bruins is going to be Jaden Crane. Again, Crane is a 5'8 middle blocker, senior. Diaz handles it well. She's played a magnificent match, and her teammates as well. It's not just about Susanna Diaz as they get the point right there and up by 11 again at 16-5. But her teammates, I mean, this is a solid Everett team, and they definitely will have a very strong West Coast season. Cascade, on the other hand, is working to just try to add points to the scoreboard, do the best they can tonight against the Everett team that has things going in their direction throughout. That's an ace. Coming through on the ace that time is Brooklyn Johnson. She's got a couple of them in this one. 17-5 is the score. It is a 12-point lead. Biggest lead of the set for the Everett Seagulls here in set number 3. That one's going all over the place. They better get it over the net. They do on that one. Down it goes, but too far. Oh, and also, now last night I was up here. I brought my mother, Nettie Jewell, up here, and it was her birthday. All right, we're not going to give years out. Now, as it turns out, my girlfriend Debbie has her birthday today. They're back-to-back days. It's like it's a birthday doubleheader. And Rossi DiPucci, the dog, had his yesterday too, the Boston Terrier. So Debbie is viewing and listening in Magnolia back in Seattle with her lovely sister Linda and her brother-in-law Tim. And she's watching, yeah. And so I'm going to wish her a happy birthday over the airwaves here, as that one is going to be an ace. Now, hopefully, this isn't the time she went up and got a beverage or took a potty break, but she's actually viewing right now. We'll find out if she picked up on the birthday wish, but happy birthday, Debbie. And, turning 35 is a big thing. So there you go. Cascade deals again. Good job. Even though they're down by quite a bit, they're still just slugging away at it, doing the best they can. So happy birthday, Debbie. And again, Tim and Linda, great to have you in town. And memorial thoughts to Debbie's mother who passed away 3 days ago. Todd and I both saddened by that, of course. But she lived a great life. That one's going to land in bounds. How about Cascade? A little bit of a run here. Now, they were down 17-5, and they've reeled off 4 straight points. Let's just kind of see where this goes as Everett is adjusting. Obviously, Everett has had the advantage throughout most of this entire match, but it's good to see Cascade coming to life, and they get another point. And that can be what it takes to get you in a groove. 17-10 as the Bruins will go for it again. Serving for Cascade. Back deep is Camilla Antuna. They get another point. She gets an ace. Antuna's a 5'4" junior setter. Cascade has reeled off 6 consecutive points in a row. At least they're making it interesting. There's Diaz. Now Everett looks like they've got an idea how to try to counter some of this. There you go. Good dig. That almost made it in the basketball hoop. Going the other direction. Here we go. Nice rally underway. And Everett recovers. Diaz, Cascade. Look at this. Crowd getting into it. This is where the fun is, right here when they get on a good rally. Both sides. There's Diaz. Yeah, Cascade, excellent job on the backside, keeping it alive. That one's going to go out of bounds, and the crowd goes wild here at Everett. And again, we got a really good crowd here tonight. Excellent opening night. 18-11 Everett on top, but you got to hand it to Cascade for 6 consecutive points. Fantastic. All right, Everett will serve. The Cascade can't let down if they want to stay competitive in this set. They got to just go like they did on those 6 in a row. Good job as they stay with it, chasing it down. Keep after it. Another good rally. It's very entertaining for all of us when these teams put it together like this. There's Diaz. Oh, an excellent save. What a great job. That time for Everett, it was Brooklyn Johnson. Look at this. We got a double hit against the Everett Seagulls. That'll give Cascade the point. That was a great run right there. Cascade going to get somebody in to serve. McKenna Holler. Holler Sauce has been seeing some action throughout the match. There you go. Diaz pinned back a little bit, goes down with the kill as she was leaning back a little bit but got enough on it. She's very strong off the left side and gets the point. So it is now 19-12. Everett will maintain service. That's in the net. Cascade making it now 19-13. So that is the most they've scored in a set. They lost the first one 25-12. The second one they lost by a score of 25-9. So they're showing their most life in this one, most points in the set. That's in the net. 19-14 is the score. Cascade has closed the gap. To think at the one point they were down 17-5, so they've outscored Everett 9-2 since that time. Good serve. Everett handles it well. There's Diaz. Look out. Two hands. Puts it on the backside, back row, and gets the job done. It's now 20-14. Everett just 5 points away, from picking up an opening night victory. Again, I wanted to run down the Wesco 4A teams, as we did 3 earlier, and the Wesco 4A stays the same. Excellent serve right over the top of the net. That's tapped out of bounds. Last touch by Cascade as it deflected off there. Brooklyn Johnson with the kill, and it's 21-14. Cascade, Glacier Peak, Jackson, Kamiak, Lake Stevens, Mariner, Monroe, and Mount Vernon. That is Wesco 4A. 8 teams, 13 teams in Wesco 3A, 21 altogether in the Western Conference. That goes long, and it's a service error. Cascade gets the point, down by 6, 21-15, and they will serve. Definitely tell it's opening night all around. The ball girls aren't quite sure where to throw the ball either, so this will all get smoothed out as the teams go along. That's in the net. Service error goes against Cascade. And Everett up by 7 points, 22-15. A reminder, make sure to keep it tuned to STSPN.com throughout the year, not just this part of the year, not just the month of September, but also September, October, November, December. Yes, right now we've got last night soccer, football's in full swing. We'll have lots of volleyball. That carries us right through the seasons for those teams, and then we go right into basketball, which is huge here on STSPN with boys and girls basketball in the winter sports season, and then we'll sprinkle in some baseball in the springtime as Cascade picks up a point right there, and maybe if we can fit it in the schedule, we'll get some boys soccer in the spring too. But what we do is cover you for sports throughout the entire school year. But we know we'll have plenty coming your way in the fall and winter here on STSPN.com. That's a finisher off the left side. Annika Urvader. Everett 2 points away from winning this in 3 sets. 23-16. They're feeling it. They're smelling it. They're going for it. But Cascade still with a strong third set, getting those 16 points and stringing some things together. A couple of really good rallies by both teams in this third set. That one is a long one, as Diaz a little too much on that one. 23-17. And we'll have a quick closeout for tonight's broadcast once this wraps up. That goes too far. It goes out of bounds. Again, next up for Cascade, they will play a week from tomorrow at Lake Stevens. We'll have it on STSPN.com. That gets started at 7 o'clock. So keep us in your plans for that. The volleyball, the games throughout Tuesday, Thursday are the scheduled nights. watching this one. Another good rally on the part of both teams. Yeah, look at Cascade getting those hands in there. Here's Everett trying to wrap it up, and Cascade saying no way, not yet. They're only down by 5, 23-18 here in set number 3. Diaz, strong stroke with that one, but Cascade right there defensively. Look at this. Nice long one. Here we go. Cascade answering every time. Back over to the Everett side. Everett wants to wrap it up. There's Cascade saying not so soon. Not so soon. We're going to still keep this one going. God, just a great comeback by Cascade in this set. They were down 17-5. And since that time, they've scored 14 and Everett scored 6. During this run here, Cascade looks like a completely different team, which is good no matter what happens the rest of the way in this one. You hope that carries over, and they'll look at that on the film and go, look where you guys really got in a groove here. That's what you want to do moving forward. Cascade gets another point, 23-20. This one's getting exciting, more and more exciting as a timeout has been called by Everett. We'll take a timeout. It's STSPN.com and coverage of tonight's action between the Everett Seagulls and the Cascade Bruins.
Did you know that Speedway Chevrolet is part of the Lee Johnson Auto family? That means 84 years of serving you the LJ way. Need a truck? We have the perfect truck to fit your needs. Half tons, 1 ton, 2-wheel drives, and 4-wheel drives. Our finance specialists are here to help you, whether you have good credit or bad credit. We're just off Highway 522 at West Main Street in Monroe.
Lee Johnson Auto Family, the LJ way.
Cascade gets set to go. And they are down by 3, 23-20. Everett looking to get the point. They do. Welcome back. STSPN.com. 24-20 is the score as Everett can win the match right here. Ready to serve will be Brooklyn Johnson. Here comes Brooklyn Johnson. Let's see if she can get it done to give Everett the victory. Cascade staving off the loss right here, and they've done very well overall in this. And there it is. There is the win as the Everett Seagulls capture the win 25-20, and they will win their first set or match of the season 3-0 by scores of 25-12. 25-9 and 25-20. So obviously this was a lot more competitive than those first two matches or first two sets, and Everett still comes out on top. So there you have it. And we just wanted to correct one thing too. We were talking about to make sure Archbishop Murphy is in Wesco 3A volleyball, but they're still in 2A football, which is in the Northwest 2A Sky Conference with Burlington, Edison, Lakewood, Linden, and Cedro Woolley. So for football, they're still there, but they're not in the Cascade Conference anymore because that's gone away in that sense. So there you go. Just want to make sure we have that clear to you. But the other teams moving up into 3A, and it was time. So there you have it. We wrap things up 25-20, the final score, as the Everett Seagulls pick up the win and win it in 3 sets, and we'll wrap things up here now. Again, Mark Ocken for Todd Elvig saying winning is for tonight, sportsmanship is for a lifetime. Take care, everybody, and good night.